All right, so I'm gonna show you guys how I took $3,000 and I turned it into $2 million worth of real estate, 15 units, starting with one house. Check it out. I didn't have to show proof of income. I didn't have to show tax returns, bank statements, none of that mess. I got my first deal, I had $3,000. I bought this deal for $89K. I put a little bit of work into it with 0% interest credit cards and stuff like that. Today it's worth $250. Okay, then I was able to buy a duplex for $225,000. Today it's worth $490, and I'm just rolling the equity in each one, right? Bought another little, side quest house here for $105K. Today it's worth $165. So then I took these 3 properties, I took the equity, and I bought 10 units for $580,000. Today it's worth $780K. So then I was able to expand my portfolio. And then I just now am buying a $189,000 house, and it's worth $215 off rip without any work done to it. But I wouldn't have been able to do any of that if I didn't get this first deal. The first deal is the most important because it shows you that you can do this. You can buy it. You can buy real estate. You can get cash flow. You can get passive income, and you can get equity. That first deal will unlock everything. What I mean when I say I roll it over, the equity, the difference between 89 or whatever the mortgage is, the outstanding balance of the mortgage is, and the value of the property, the difference is your equity. So you can borrow up to 75% of the equity of your property. So let's just say there's $160,000 worth of equity in this property. I can borrow $120,000 tax-free to go put down on the next property and let this original property still cash flow. You just have to buy your first deal, force equity, increase rents, get cash flow, and buy the next one. Rinse and repeat. It's not hard. Okay, let's think about it like this, okay? Everyone wants this right here, the multifamily property. Everyone wants the 10 doors and all that. And by the way, you should want that and you should get that. Okay, but not everyone gets to start there. Think about this cup of coffee. We all know what brand this is, even though I may not be able to say it on YouTube or whatever. Howard Schultz didn't start and just buy this big brand. What he did is he learned how to make coffee. He built a coffee shop, and then he figured out how to buy this big company or turn it into a big company. But it started with learning how to brew coffee. You need to learn how to invest in real estate. You need to buy your first deal. I'm telling you, when you buy your first deal, you get the taste of passive income plus equity. Everything in your life will change. And again, I want to express to you guys, I did not have to show tax returns, bank statements, proof of income, none of that mess. Okay, the only statement I had to show was proof of down payment, but that's it. Okay, this is not some complicated mess. It's very simple. A plus B will always equal C when it comes to real estate. You don't have to overcomplicate it at all. So a lot of people get it all messed up, like, well, Ray, the house only cash flows $500 a month. That's not enough money to change my life. You're not doing it for the $500 a month. Here's what you're doing it for. You buy the property, let's just say $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 down. You force a little bit of equity into it, meaning you rehab and you renovate the property. When you force $20,000 of equity in the property, once you put that $20,000 of work in the property, it turns into $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 of equity that you can pull out tax-free and go buy the next one. It's not just about the cash flow, it's about cash flow plus equity. The equity is what allows you to expand your portfolio and buy more. You just want to have a lot of real estate. You want to have hundreds of doors, but you're not going to get any if you don't start with one.